Hey guys, welcome to Canadian Cutting Edge, and today we're taking a look at the CIVIVI Plethiros. It's an Isham design knife. This is a nice knife. I like it quite a lot. It has carbon fiber laminate on it. It comes in this tan, comes in black and OD green, and you can get it in all black with a Damascus blade if you want. This is D2 steel. This is a slicing machine, and it's your standard size folder. It's got a unique design, to say the least. If you're interested at more information about this knife or just want to see some more about it, stay tuned because the full review is coming to you right now. As you can clearly guess, this knife is outside of the normal range for this channel. Normally I review knives that are worth $50 or less, the retail price of them. This guy's a little bit more than that. The retail price for this in US dollars is just under $75. White Mountain Knives, you can get 10% off from them guys if you use coupon code CCE at checkout, and that would make it $67.32. So it's not a lot over the 50, but it's a bit over. The best price I could find anywhere else was $74.80, but no discount. So White Mountain Knives with that coupon code's the best for this. They've got all three main colors in stock. Right now, they do not have the Damascus steel version in stock, but you can click on the Notify Me, and they'll send you an email when it comes in if you want to get it from them. Amazon has it for around 82 US and about 97.75 for the Damascus. In Canada, SR Knives has the three main stainless steel ones for $134.99, and Blades Canada has it for $139.99, and they've got the Damascus for $179.99. So the Canadian prices are quite a bit more. In Canadian dollars, from White Mountain Knives, in Canadian dollars, this is around just under 90 Canadian dollars. But if you want to buy it in Canada, you're paying 135 Canadian dollars. So you're paying $45 more to buy it from Canada. And there's shipping charges from either place. So the way I factored it in, if you buy 3 knives from White Mountain Knives at this price, or at any given price, chances are, you're paying for the equivalent of buying 2 in Canada. So if you can risk losing 1 knife to Canadian customs out of 3, then you break even. If you lose like 25% of the knives, then you're still making money you're saving money by buying from the United States. I really wish Canadian prices would come closer to in line with American prices. And I know you guys in Europe and in Australia and other places around the world are saying, we'd love to pay Canadian prices. Our prices are even worse. Yes, I hear you. The prices are worse in every other country. The Americans get a really good deal. You guys, American listeners, watchers, you guys don't know how good you have it. You get really good prices, the best prices basically for knives anywhere. But we're taking a look at the CIVIVI, and I keep saying Plethiros. If that's not the right way to say it, I'm sorry, but it's the C904x, and the X could be A, B, and C, depending on what color you get, or DS, which has the black and the Damascus. What this is it's G10 with a carbon fiber laminate, and then the carbon fiber laminate is milled away in some places to help give, this really cool pattern here. Like I said in the intro, this is an Isham knife design, and it's done very well. His little logo is right there. I like how nice and small and discreet that is. And it says, where does it say that it's D2? I know it says it here somewhere. I forget where. At least I thought it did. Maybe I'm wrong. Just hit myself with the thing. I'm not sure where it says that it's D2. So D2 steel around Rockwell hardness of 60, could be a little more, could be a little bit less, and it's still within the rate that it should be. Full flat grind, satin finish on it, a little bit of a clip point, and it's all belly. This is all a radius. This knife is an awesome slicing machine. We've got a bit of a forward choil if you want to choke up and do some cutting that way. The hand feel looks like it would be not so great, but it's very good. It suits my hand very, very well. Either the forward grip or the main grip. Reverse grip is very, very comfortable. This little wave here, this OG kind of shape here, the thumb fits in there very well. And then how deep this forward choil is means there's a nice guard there without having a flipper tab sticking out. Talking about the flipper tab, there's a little bit of jimping on the front of that. It's just a light switch method where you're pulling back. You can't push down and make this thing open. It's not a chance. You have to pull back like a light switch method. The stainless steel ball bearings are perfect. Oh, there's where it says D2. I forgot right there. I'll do a close-up of that. Lockup is exactly where you want a brand new knife to be, or exactly where I want a brand new knife to be. Lots of room to wear over time. Completely solid lockup. Blade centering is perfect when it's closed, or with the naked eye, it's perfect. I'll give you a close-up shot. It might be very slightly off. I don't know. You can pinch it and start it open and opening it that way if you want to. What I'm doing is I'm pinch with my middle finger and my thumb, and I push up, and then I finish with the thumb. Or, light switch method works very well. No blade play side to side, up and down. Beautiful knife. Deep carry pocket clip, and it's got some cutouts in it to help make it lighter. They did use round-headed screws, but there's enough space in there that I haven't had a problem with it catching on anything. It slides right to the bottom of the pocket. And then you just have a tiny bit of this tip of the knife handle sticking out. It's a little less than 1/4 of an inch, or right around 1/4 of an inch. Less than a centimeter of the knife sticking out of the pocket. Let's demonstrate that right now. So it's a right and left option. It rides over the clip right there, over the lip, I mean, and then it goes in. Oh, there we go. On this, it's catching on, but this is a little bit different than real life because this is flat on the tabletop that you're looking down on right now. When I'm actually using it in my pocket, in my pants, it doesn't catch on there, but clearly, see, that time it didn't catch. Clearly, it can catch, but it doesn't necessarily catch, and those 2 times it didn't catch at all. I like that it's more of a flat kind of black finish and not glossy, so it doesn't really show off that you've got something in your pocket. Quite nice. And as you can see on this side, there's the holes for the other way of putting it in your pocket. I like that you've got recessed screw, the body screw back here. Open pillar construction. Your typical hourglass shaped pin right there. And the screws are done very, very well. High quality screws there. I just wish they would have put flat flush screws in the pocket clip as well. Certainly at this price point, it should be, well, at every price point, they should be able to do that, no problem. But it certainly should be here, CIVIVI. CIVIVI, if you're listening, if you're watching this, please put in flush screws so that pockets don't get caught up on that. Otherwise, the pocket clip is nice. It's not creating any hot spots in my hands, and my hands are between large and extra large, and that tells you something about this knife. Let's zoom in a little bit and then do the dimensions. And as long as this is on the screen, I'll be talking about the dimensions. The weight of this knife, 91 grams, 3.2 ounces, well, just under 3.2 ounces. The factory edge sharpness is 150. And to be honest with you, I measured it after I'd used it a little bit, so it's probably even better than that. And 150 is considered very sharp. The cutting edge length, 9.1 centimeters, 3.58 inches. Blade length is a bit less from the tip to the closest spot on the G10, 8.9 centimeters, 3.45 inches. The thickness of the blade is around 3 millimeters, 0.12 of an inch. The blade depth, and I measured it right where this flat ends, right by the Isham logo and across there, 2.85 centimeters, 1.12 inches. The thickness of the edge behind the grind, 0.39 millimeters, which is 0.015 of an inch. That's very thin, which is why this is such an awesome slicer. It's also very thin at the tip. If I forget to say it later, very thin at the tip. Thin means it can break easier than thick. The grind angles, oh, I forgot to write them down. I'll give you the grind angles on the screen right here. The handle length is 11.2 centimeters, which is 4.45 inches. Grip area is about 8.9 centimeters, 3.5 inches. The handle thickness, not counting the pocket clip, 1.3 centimeters, 0.51 of an inch. The handle depth, and I measured it, anywhere along the main part of the handle where you grip. Where you grip, the handle depth is 2.2 centimeters, 0.86 of an inch. And the depth of the knife in your pocket, it's biggest right about here, and that is 3.27 centimeters, which is 1.29 inches. And the total length of this knife from the very tip to the very end back here, 20.1 centimeters, 7.9 inches, so just under 8 inches. So that's very, very good. The balance point on this knife, let me put it on my finger right here, is right where it should be, right on where the finger choil is. We've got a pivot pin that's not free spinning. And like I said, we've got high quality pivot screws, and I like how these are nice blackened screws. It comes in a black or a dark green, OD green kind of G10, or this tan, or you get it in black with a Damascus blade. Very, very good. I've talked about the prices already. Just take a look at this beautiful knife. I really, really like it a lot. The knife looks good. It feels good, especially in that forward grip if you want to do something a little bit closer. Perfect slicer. It is D2 steel, so you do need to be a little bit careful if you're in a zone where corrosion comes easily, high humidity near the ocean or something like that. The release for the liner lock has got jimping all the way around it, and it works well with either hand. To open or close it, no problem. And then on the other hand, now one of the cons is right there is how far it goes when you unlock it and you start pushing it back, and you can even hear it. That's the detent ball striking the back of the tang of the blade, and it has to climb up over that, and you have to push fairly hard to get it to climb over that and then close, which means when you're closing it quickly, it can require a fair bit of pressure, but when you get enough pressure built up, it flies closed when you pass that point of pressure, which means if your thumb's not clear of the zone, you can cut your thumb. And I've nicked the side of my thumb a little bit on both hands because of this. So what I'm planning on doing once I've got this thing, finished and everything, and if somebody doesn't choose this at the end of next month for the Patreon supporter to win it, I'm going to chamfer the edge of the back of that tang so that the detent ball can ride up a little more easily, and that'll hopefully remedy that particular situation. It's a very good design. It looks unique. It's built well, good construction, good materials. I like that the pocket clip's right and left. It's surprisingly comfortable, very thin at the tip, so it could, if you pry with this knife in wood or something else, chances are pretty good you're going to break the tip off. It's very light in weight, being just less than 3.2 ounces. I do like the flipper tab, the way it's made, with that round edge and that jimping. Your finger always grabs it, like it doesn't slide off. When you want to open the knife, you're going to open the knife if you're anywhere near that area. That time it slipped off because I was looking at the camera. I wasn't seeing what I was doing. I still don't have all the muscle memory because, as you know, I go through a lot of different knives. So there you go. Very good job of sharpening. And, I can sharpen it up even more, no problem. I tend to want 20 degrees per side. And, this knife is beautiful. I really do like it an awful lot. Let me see if I missed anything. Oh, I don't think I missed anything on the details. If you think I missed something, leave it in the comments below. I am still recovering from an injury on my left arm, on my right arm. and so I'm not typing replies to the comments yet. I do read all the comments. If you really need me to talk to you, to answer a question, if you've got a question or something, please don't hesitate to email me at canadiancuttingedge@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you within a couple of days. And I get people emailing me quite regularly, so go ahead, email me if you want me to answer any questions. So thanks for watching. If you want to buy any of my knives, go ahead and ask me for specific knives. I sell them for 80% of retail, but you also get my custom sharpening job and my maintenance of the knife, and you pay for shipping as well. So any knives that you've seen on the channel within the last, half a year or so, there's a pretty good chance that I might still have it. And if I haven't sold it already, I might just be willing to sell it. Who knows? It's quite likely that I will be willing to sell it because, as I said earlier, I do this channel, to give me something productive to do. I don't want to collect 5,000 knives. I just can't keep all the knives that I review. So there you go. An Isham design made by CIVIVI, which is the budget end for Wee knives, if you didn't know that. Out of China, great quality. I like it a lot. Like I said, White Mountain Knives, coupon code CCE. You get 10% off of everything in the store. If you want to buy it elsewhere, I've got links for Amazon down below. It costs a little bit more that way. And I've got the Canadian links down below as well. And again, it costs a little bit more that way. But I don't blame any Canadians for wanting to buy from Canada because, I did get a package of all of my knives that I got from Blade Show taken away from me. And so now I'm working with customs to try to get those knives shipped back to the United States so that I can get some of the value back. But that's a lot of value in knives. I didn't have to pay the full $1,000. Some of the knives were gifts from vendors. Some of the knives were, at a very good price. But it has the value of way over $1,000. So hopefully I can get those back from Canada Customs and sent back to the States where I can get the value back out of them. Till next time, remember guys, always cut towards your chum, not your thumb.